Carolyn Bington was born on May 30th, 1993, in Plainsboro, New Jersey. She lived there with her parents and older sister. From a young age, Carolyn dreamed of traveling the world. After graduating high school, she enrolled at Lafayette College. While in college, she studied abroad in both Japan and Germany. She earned 3 bachelor's degrees in international affairs, sociology, and anthropology. After graduating in 2015, Carolyn returned home. She began working at a marketing firm near Plainsboro. She rented her own apartment close to her family. Carolyn was deeply involved in her community. She volunteered with a local youth league. She supported charitable causes. She was known as kind, reliable, and responsible. On June 10, 2019, Carolyn left work during her lunch break. She planned to go home briefly. She was expected back at the office that afternoon, but Carolyn never returned. Hours passed. Her co-workers tried calling her. She did not answer. This behavior was completely out of character. By early evening, co-workers contacted police. They requested a welfare check. Around 6 p.m., officers arrived at Carolyn's apartment. Her front door was unlocked. Inside, they found Carolyn on the floor. There was a large amount of blood. She was clearly deceased. A neighbor told police he heard screaming around noon. He also heard sounds like furniture being moved. No one saw anyone enter or leave. There were no security cameras. Investigators noticed signs of attempted cleanup. Bleach had been used. The killer appeared to be destroying evidence. The autopsy revealed extreme violence. Carolyn suffered blunt force trauma to the head. She had been stabbed multiple times in the neck. The weapons were a screwdriver and a pair of scissors. There were no signs of sexual assault. Nothing was stolen. The weapons came from inside Carolyn's apartment. This ruled out robbery. It suggested a personal attack, one driven by rage. Detectives interviewed family and friends. No one could identify a motive. Carolyn had no enemies. She was not dating anyone. She had no troubled relationships. Attention turned to her workplace. That same day, a co-worker left for lunch around the same time. His name was Kenneth Saul. Kenneth did not return to work until much later. He claimed car trouble. He said he went to a repair shop, but the shop had no record of him. When Kenneth returned to work, co-workers noticed scratches on his hands. He appeared anxious. He asked strange questions about circumstantial evidence. Police questioned Kenneth. He changed his story. Now, he claimed he fixed his car himself in a nearby park. He could not provide proof. Dash cam footage later contradicted him. Kenneth's car was seen near Carolyn's apartment, not near his workplace. Skin fragments were found under Carolyn's fingernails. She had scratched her attacker. Kenneth had fresh scratches. He could not explain them. DNA testing was inconclusive. Kenneth could not be ruled out. Police continued watching him closely. 2 months later, Kenneth was arrested. He was charged with murder. Then the case took a shocking turn. Detectives received a letter from Kenneth's cellmate. The cellmate claimed Kenneth offered him money to commit murder. The instructions were specific. The victim had to be a woman in her 20s. The weapons had to be scissors and a screwdriver. Bleach had to be used afterward. Those details were never public. Only the killer would know them. Kenneth planned to stage a second identical murder. He believed this would make police think a serial killer was responsible. Since he would already be in jail, he thought he would be cleared. Kenneth also suggested framing someone else, or killing the lead detective. The cellmate agreed to wear a wire. Kenneth discussed everything on tape. A search of Kenneth's cell revealed handwritten confession notes. They were meant to be planted at future crime scenes. Years later, prosecutors offered Kenneth a deal. They lacked definitive physical evidence. In exchange for a confession, he would receive a reduced sentence. Kenneth accepted. He confessed to everything. Kenneth admitted he had developed an obsession with Carolyn. She had rejected him. He never moved on. He secretly copied her house keys. He entered her apartment during lunch breaks. He installed hidden cameras. He watched her without her knowledge. On June 10, 2019, Kenneth returned to her apartment. He did not expect her to come home, but she did. He hid behind the door. When Carolyn entered, he attacked. He struck her head repeatedly. He grabbed scissors and a screwdriver. He stabbed her in the neck. Afterward, he attempted to clean the scene with bleach. He collected the cameras. He returned to work as if nothing happened. In January 2023, Kenneth was sentenced. He received 45 years for murder. An additional 10 years were added for conspiracy to commit murder. Kenneth later attempted to appeal. The court denied it. His sentence remained unchanged. Kenneth Saul will spend the rest of his life in prison. Carolyn Bington was 26 years old. She was intelligent. She was kind. She was loved. Her life was stolen by obsession. And her story is one that should never be forgotten. If cases like this shake you to your core, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. More deep dive true crime investigations are on the way.